two prominent laureates of the 2012 Millennium Technology Prize, Linus Torvalds and Dr. Shinya Yamanaka, have made big headlines around the world. But more importantly, they've made a big difference. Both can justifiably be described as revolutionary. Both have boldly challenged conventions and conventional thinking. Both are based on openness and sharing. And both have truly changed the world. Linus Torvalds created a new open-source operating system, leading to the largely exploited Linux kernel. Linux is the most prominent example of free and open-source software in the world, and thousands of programmers have contributed to it.
I love just development, and my job has changed. I used to actually sit there and code until the early morning hours, and these days I don't do that much coding anymore. I'm more of a technical lead, but the part that still makes me excited is the technology and making changes, even if these days it's more me sometimes directing the changes in certain directions. Most people probably use Linux without ever realizing it. You might use it when you use your cell phone, if you have an Android cell phone. If you're ever on the net, you probably use Google to look things up. Google runs Linux, even if you don't run Linux yourself on your machines, the servers at the other end run Linux. So there's a lot of different ways you can use Linux commercially. There's obviously also a lot of ways where you can use Linux non-commercially, and I think those are often equally important, that you can use Linux without making a business out of it because you want to help people.
Dr. Shinya Yamanaka discovered a new method and developed the technical procedures to produce iPS cells, induced pluripotent stem cells, from ordinary cell tissue. The achievement has had a great impact on research in medicine and biotechnology worldwide, and iPS cells are already used for medical drug testing and for growing implant tissues.
The vision is to make stem cells, not from embryos, but from patients' own cells, like skin cells or blood cells. What I did first was identify as many factors as possible which play important roles in stem cells, in embryonic stem cells. And then we found that by combining some of those factors, we can actually convert skin cells into stem cells. There are three major applications of this technology. The first one is stem cell therapy. So we would like to make, again, like neurons from iPS cells. The second application is drug screening. So we can make iPS cells from patients. Third application is toxicology testing. Any graduate students can make iPS cells. So it's very highly reproducible.
The two prominent laureates of 2012, Dr. Shinya Yamanaka for the iPS stem cell method and Linus Torvalds for Linux open source operating system. Innovators whose discoveries and technologies have been groundbreaking and delivered extensive change everywhere in the world.